The mole is a very important concept in chemistry. If you can master this concept, it is much more likely that you will do well in your chemistry courses in college. In this series of videos, we will thoroughly review the concept of the mole. We'll review how it is used to solve chemical equations, and we will consider how the mole is related to the concept of molarity. So let's start right at the beginning and ask ourselves, what is a mole? Well, that's a mole for sure, but that's not the kind of mole that we're looking for. Here's the mole that we're looking for. In chemistry, the word mole means a number, a very large number, 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. So whenever you see the word mole, just remember that it's a name for a special number, and that number is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. This number is so important in the study of chemistry, I highly recommend that you memorize it. So if you have 1 mole of apples, you have 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd apples. And if you have 2 moles of apples, you have 2 times 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd apples. And if you have 3 moles of apples, you have 3 times 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd apples. At first it may seem a little strange that a number should have a name. But there is another number that has a name, and we're all familiar with it. The number is 12, and the name is dozen. So if you buy a dozen eggs, you expect for there to be 12 eggs in the carton. And if you buy 3 dozen eggs, you expect for there to be 3 times 12 eggs in the carton, which would be 36 eggs. Well, what if we bought 1 mole of eggs? How many eggs would we expect in the carton? We would expect 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd eggs. And if you remember your scientific notation, you know that that's about 602 billion trillion eggs. That's enough eggs to feed everyone on Earth 3 meals a day for millions of years. So the next time that you are taking a test and you see a question about moles of a substance, don't panic. Start by reminding yourself that a mole is simply a name for a very specific number, and that number is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd.